I'm your host, James Yoder. We have got some breaking news, breaking report. It's still a rumor. It's not my story, but I'm just going to tell you what's being reported by others out there. Before we do, though, I just want to give you one heads up. If you didn't see yet, Chuck Filiaga, very highly rated recruit about 4 or 5 years ago out of the state of Texas, offensive lineman, started a few games in his Michigan career, but he has decided to enter the transfer portal. He will not fulfill his last year of eligibility at Michigan. So, wanted to make sure everyone knew about that story off the top. But I am going to talk to you about the breaking news report that Jim Harbaugh has gone silent on the Michigan athletic department and everything that's going on there. So we've got breaking news here on Jim Harbaugh NFL rumors, which if you remember a few days ago, folks, I told you, I said there was no chance on Tuesday. Then the rumors didn't go away. Then Harbaugh didn't come out and deny it. Then the blog boys saying, hey, we're hearing the same thing. They didn't come out and carry water for Harbaugh like they usually would. So here is what we've got going on. So the report that is out there, it's about an hour and a half old. I would have put it out there about an hour and a half ago, but had a pretty big call. I had to jump on it, it's 90 minutes ago or so. So we are getting you the news as fast as we can. Jim Harbaugh reportedly, don't come at me if this is not, it doesn't happen to be the case, but it's a credible enough source that's been around Michigan football for a long enough time, reporting that Jim Harbaugh has gone silent after there was contract talks and basically an agreement in place for him to sign a new contract with Michigan. Who is reporting this, right? On3, which is a newer sports platform started by the same guy who started 24/7 Sports, Shannon Terry, but The Wolverine and TheWolverine.com, they are reporting this. The Wolverine's been around for 25 years or so. They were with rivals from 2000 to 2021 and just made the move over to the On3 platform as their Michigan insider subscription service about 2 or 3 months ago, from what I understand. So they basically put out a report on their message board that some may be privy to. Not going to lie, had to go in through someone else's login and read the report. So, hey, guilty as charged, but I want to make sure that I knew what was going on. I have no inside info on this yet. I've reached out to a few people, have not heard back anything substantial other than the people who said, yeah, I saw that same report that you have, James, looking into it. We'll see what's going on. Some people on the NFL side who would know if Harbaugh is really going silent because he's talking to the NFL. So, On3, the Wolverine, they're saying Harbaugh's camp has gone silent. That is the report out from them that we are getting to you here on Friday. All right. So it's pretty interesting to think about when you say, okay, why has he gone silent? What are the terms of the agreement? What was Michigan offering that he had reportedly been interested in? But we'll go into this more in a second here. But basically, what they have said to just wrap it all up for you to start the show before we dive a little bit deeper is they said Harbaugh and the Michigan Athletic Department, whoever was involved, Ward Manuel on up to the school president maybe, had been talking over the terms of what a renewed deal, a new contract would look like for him to squash out the NFL rumors, and that Harbaugh had agreed to all the terms that they had talked about. I don't know if they're all financial terms, or maybe there's a little bit of like, hey, we're going to give you more NIL, et cetera, et cetera. And the expectation was they were going to meet today, and if all things still were well, they were going to sign a new deal for Jim Harbaugh. Harbaugh didn't respond to that meeting, didn't show up to the meeting, and has gone silent, not responding to the inquiries from his superiors, his supervisors, athletic director, school president since then, and they can't get in contact with him. So we'll talk more about the story in a moment, folks, but want to make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. You are one of the first people to know about this information. All right, I'm going to give credit where credit's due. I don't usually like to source other people's information, but On3, the Wolverine, they had this story before me. So if you want to subscribe over there, go for it. Paid service, and you'll see that info for yourself. But if you want it from me, let me do all the hard work and deliver that news to you. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel, youtube.com/Michigan TV. We're just shy of 19,000 Michigan fans strong, the number one subscribed to Michigan football channel on YouTube, and by all means, the most watched Michigan football show on any platform, including television and radio. Check out this tweet, though, because this was part of the On3Wolverine.com's report, is that this tweet from a reporter from Sports Illustrated that covers the NFL says, my little birds are chirping, Michael Fabiano. Coop, you know who that guy is? No, you know that?
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him, from producer Coop, the best in the biz. Chase out there, you ever heard of this guy? I don't know who this guy is, Michael Fabiano, who knows? Chase says, maybe I've heard of that guy. But he says, my little birds are chirping. Could be an announcement on the Raiders head coach sooner rather than later. This coming at 10:43 a.m. this morning, depending on how the team does this weekend. Remember, the Raiders are playing Sunday night against the Chargers. You can see it live here with Chat Sports, our Raiders channel, youtube.com/Raiders Report. Not the game, we'll have our watch party post-game show live. If the birds are correct, it would be a huge, as Donald Trump would say, huge move, all right? They said on 3, this tweet has some relevance, and they believe that is in reference to Harbaugh, that the Raiders have engaged with him and maybe offering him a deal as much as $12 million per year to be the next head coach in Las Vegas. If they make the playoffs, maybe there's some word that they would keep their interim head coach and not go after Harbaugh. I don't know if that's a good move to give a guy a contract based on one game against the Chargers, but nevertheless, the Wolverine on 3 guys, they think this tweet is regarding Harbaugh. So I want to know from you guys. Go down in the comments. Give me your one-word reaction to the report that Jim Harbaugh has gone silent on the Michigan Athletic Department and the report that he was set to go through a contract and potentially sign it as early as today, and now he has gone silent on everyone at the University of Michigan. Let me know down in the comments. If you watched yesterday's live show, folks, you would have saw this graphic. So we're reusing it here because not everybody watches every single show, but I think it's relevant to what we know today. I said from people I know that know Jim Harbaugh directly, that talk to his family, and say, hey, look, Harbaugh is not necessarily trying to strong-arm Michigan for more money, but he wants to win a national title at Michigan. He wants to consistently beat Ohio State or compete with Ohio State, and maybe he doesn't think that he's getting it done right now, or he can't reach all those heights every single year on a consistent basis because of the new landscape of college football. So take a look at these 2 boxes right here, NIL and transfer portal. This is what I believe, with some inside information, some just reading between the lines, connecting the dots. From a transfer portal and name, image, likeness, more aggressive program where Michigan and their boosters can give players the opportunity to come to Michigan and make money and have it all known above the table. Looser admission for standards for transfers. Michigan struggles to get transfers because most transfers can't get into the school as undergrads, and if they do, they have to give up, a lot of credits. Shea Patterson, I think he had something like 60-some credits, 50-some credits in his 4 semesters at Ole Miss, folks. He only was able to transfer over like 22 credits to Michigan, and he had to basically give up a year and a half of college just to come over and be Michigan's quarterback. NFL aspiration, so maybe it wouldn't have hurt him had that worked out that way. Ended up did hurting him, and it would hurt a lot of players who also want to rely on their degree. Less red tape overall from the athletic department. On the compensation staff, sure, give him back the payment he was in the range he was making before, $8 to $10 million a year. Bigger assistant coach salary pool so we can retain guys like Josh Gaddis, Mike Hart, Sharon Moore, Sean Nua, and Mike McDonald, the new defensive coordinator, if they get bigger offers, and a larger budget to add headcount for support staff around recruiting and social media and media in general. So if he gets those things, I think Jim Harbaugh would sign a long-term deal with Michigan and remain the coach the rest of his career. We'll talk a little more about this, folks, but I want to take the pulse of you guys. Let me know where Jim Harbaugh will coach in 2022. I'm torn, right? I trust that the guys at the Wolverine on 3 wouldn't put this out unless they had credible sources behind it, because they're putting a lot of, making people freak out a little bit that Jim Harbaugh has gone silent. So type M if Michigan, type R for Raiders, type B for the Chicago Bears. I think those are the 2 most likely options given Harbaugh's history with those teams. Raiders as a coach and relationship with their ownership, and then the Bears, he was the quarterback there. They drafted him in the first round in the 1987 NFL draft. So type M, R, or B below. All right, wrapping up the show here, there's a report out there that Jim Harbaugh has gone silent on Michigan after contract details were discussed and agreed to in principle in some regards. Report coming from On3/TheWolverine. Go to their website if you want. Check it out. You can sign up for a subscription there. I'm not trying to be a business development manager for them or anything like that. But sure, I'm going to give credit where credit's due. I didn't have this story, but I didn't want to go into the weekend and leave you guys hanging without any relevant information that's new to this report if you hadn't seen it yet. TheWolverine.com is their website, although I think I misspelled it or we did there. It's The Wolverine, not The Wolverine, nevertheless. Reporting contract talks have broken off. Report, though, Jim Harbaugh was scheduled to meet with Michigan today to sign a new deal, or at least get his lawyers involved to go over the final points, but he has gone silent, and he has not fulfilled that expectation, at least from the Michigan side, that he would meet and go over these contract deals and potentially sign a long-term deal. So if there's anything new that comes out in this after we publish this video, before I do my next video, I won't be able to do one Saturday, but maybe I'll come back in Sunday and do one. We'll put it on the YouTube community tab, so make sure you subscribe, or you can find me on Twitter at James Yoder. Enjoy your weekend, folks. Go Blue.